Springfield, Missouri, a place where life usually moved at a slower pace. Nestled in the heart of the Ozarks, this town was known for its friendly residents and peaceful atmosphere. People here enjoyed a sense of community where everyone knew their neighbors and life was predictable. But on June 7, 1992, time seemed to stop. The town awoke to an eerie silence as if the very fabric of reality had been altered. The date would forever be etched in the memories of Springfield's residents. This ordinary Sunday morning would soon transform into a chilling mystery. As the sun rose, casting an eerie light over the quiet neighborhoods, an unsettling feeling began to spread. It was as if the town itself sensed that something was terribly wrong. Friends Suzanne Streeter and Stacy McCall, both 19, vanished. They had just graduated from high school and were looking forward to a summer of fun and new beginnings. Their disappearance was not just a loss to their families, but a blow to the entire community. So did Suzanne's mother, 48-year-old Cheryl Levitt. A respected cosmetologist, Cheryl was known for her warm smile and kind heart. Her sudden disappearance, along with her daughter and her daughter's friend, left everyone in shock and disbelief. They were gone, without a trace. Their home showed no signs of struggle, and their personal belongings were left untouched. It was as if they had simply vanished into thin air, leaving behind a haunting void. The three women were last seen at the Levitt home. Friends and family had gathered there the night before, celebrating the girls' graduation. No one could have imagined that this joyous occasion would be the last time they would see Suzanne, Stacy, and Cheryl. Their sudden disappearance sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. Vigils were held, and neighbors banded together hoping for a miracle. The media descended upon Springfield, turning the quiet town into the center of a national story. It became a haunting enigma that gripped the nation. Detectives worked tirelessly, following every lead, but the mystery only deepened. The case of the missing women of Springfield remains one of the most perplexing unsolved cases in American history. The day began like any other. It was the day after Stacy McCall's graduation from Kickapoo High School. Excitement filled the air as friends celebrated their newfound freedom. That evening, Stacy joined Suzanne Streeter at her mother's house. The plan was simple: spend the night chatting and relaxing after the festivities. Witnesses reported seeing Suzanne and Stacy at a graduation party earlier that evening. This would be one of the last confirmed sightings of the two friends. The next morning, a chilling discovery awaited Janelle Kirby. The sun had barely risen, casting long shadows across the quiet suburban streets. The air was thick with an eerie stillness, a premonition of the unsettling events that were about to unfold. Janelle, a close friend, went to the Levitt house. She had planned to check in on Suzanne, Stacy, and Cheryl, hoping to catch up after the previous night's graduation celebrations. Little did she know, her visit would turn into a nightmare. She expected to find the three women. Instead, she found something deeply unsettling. The house was in an unusual state of disarray, with an atmosphere that felt heavy and foreboding. It was as if the walls themselves were whispering secrets of what had transpired. The house was eerily quiet. All three cars were still parked in the driveway, untouched and unmoved. This was strange, as it suggested that the women had not left the house voluntarily. The silence was deafening, amplifying Janelle's growing sense of dread. But there was no sign of Suzanne, Stacy, or Cheryl. The rooms were empty, yet there were subtle signs of recent activity. A half-finished cup of coffee, a book left open on the couch, and a television remote placed haphazardly on the floor. Even more perplexing, there were no signs of a struggle or forced entry. The door locks were intact, and nothing seemed out of place. It was as if the women had simply vanished into thin air, leaving behind no trace of their departure. The only clue seemed to be a broken porch light. This small, seemingly insignificant detail stood out starkly against the otherwise undisturbed scene. It hinted at a possible disturbance, but offered no clear answers. This odd detail only deepened the mystery. What had happened to Suzanne, Stacy, and Cheryl? The broken light was a silent witness to the events of that fateful night, a cryptic piece of a puzzle that Janelle was desperate to solve. The tangled web of clues left her with more questions than answers, and a chilling realization that something terrible had occurred. As news of the disappearances spread, fear and suspicion descended upon Springfield. The once peaceful town was now shrouded in an eerie silence, with residents locking their doors and windows tightly. The police launched a full-scale investigation, but leads were scarce. Investigators discovered that the women's purses and other personal belongings were still inside the house. This suggested that they hadn't planned to leave. Adding to the strangeness, a message on the answering machine, believed to be from one of the women, had been mysteriously erased. Every clue seemed to lead to a dead end, leaving investigators baffled. The local authorities were under immense pressure to solve the case. They interviewed neighbors, friends, and family members, but no one had seen or heard anything unusual. The town's sense of security was shattered, and whispers of a possible abduction began to circulate. The media swarmed Springfield, turning the small town into a focal point of national attention. Reporters speculated wildly, adding to the growing sense of panic. As days turned into weeks, the hope of finding the women alive began to fade. Candlelight vigils were held, and posters with their faces were plastered all over town. The community came together in their shared grief and fear, but the unanswered questions loomed large. What had happened to the women? Why had they vanished without a trace? The mystery deepened with each passing day, and the whispers in the dark grew louder. The case took a toll on the investigators as well. They worked around the clock, sifting through every piece of evidence, hoping for a breakthrough. The erased message on the answering machine haunted them. Was it a clue, or just a cruel twist of fate? The pressure mounted, but the answers remained elusive. Springfield was left in a state of perpetual unease, waiting for the day when the truth would finally come to light. The disappearance of the Springfield Three became a haunting obsession for the community. Missing posters with their smiling faces appeared on every street corner. Candlelight vigils illuminated the night, reflecting the city's collective grief and anxiety. The case remained unsolved, leaving a gaping wound in the heart of Springfield. The mystery served as a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the unknown darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of everyday life. Years turned into decades, but the case never went cold. The Springfield Police Department diligently pursued every lead, determined to bring closure to the families and the community. Investigators conducted countless interviews, followed up on tips from across the country, and explored various theories. Despite their tireless efforts, the mystery remained unsolved. The lack of answers only intensified the public's fascination with the case. Over time, a number of theories and speculations emerged, each attempting to explain the inexplicable. Some theories focused on the possibility of a random act of violence. Others explored potential connections to organized crime or other criminal activity. The lack of evidence only fueled speculation, leading to a tangled web of possibilities. Yet none of the theories could definitively solve the puzzle of that fateful night. Section 8. The Weight of Uncertainty. For the families of Suzanne, Stacy, and Cheryl, the pain of their absence never faded. They lived with the agonizing uncertainty of not knowing what happened to their loved ones. The families clung to hope, even as years turned into decades. The constant reminders in the media and the public's unwavering interest kept the case alive in their hearts and minds. Section 9. A Community Haunted. The mystery of the Springfield Three left an indelible mark on the community. It served as a chilling reminder that even in the most ordinary of places, darkness can lurk. The case sparked conversations about safety, vulnerability, and the importance of vigilance. The community remained united in their hope for answers, holding on to the belief that one day the truth would be revealed. Section 10. Keeping Hope Alive. Despite the passage of time, the families of the Springfield Three never gave up hope. They continued to work tirelessly to keep the case in the public eye. They participated in documentaries, podcasts, and news interviews, determined to ensure that Suzanne, Stacy, and Cheryl were not forgotten. Their resilience and unwavering love for their missing loved ones served as a beacon of hope in the face of unimaginable loss. Section 11. The Mystery Endures. The unsolved case of the Springfield Three serves as a stark reminder of the mysteries that endure. It is a chilling tale of 3 lives abruptly interrupted, leaving behind a void that may never be filled. The lack of answers continues to haunt the community and captivate the nation. The case stands as a testament to the enduring power of hope and the relentless pursuit of truth, even in the face of overwhelming uncertainty.